As I reported earlier, the 6-year-old named Max died on Sunday, less than a week after the cops say he fell down a flight of stairs at the mansion. At first, they thought it was just an accident, and maybe it still is, but there's somebody else dead. Because just days after he fell, somebody found the body of the drug executive's girlfriend hanging from an outdoor balcony, her hands and feet tied. And there's a suggestion it was suicide. A member of the girlfriend's family reportedly denies that she could have killed herself. With us now is Richard Carlson. He's a retired homicide detective for the San Diego Police Department, which is right next door to Coronado. And he's author of the book, I'm in the Tub, Gone, a collection of suicide letters. Good to see you. Thanks. Rick, have you ever seen anybody tie together his own hands and feet and hang himself by a rope?
Well, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but I personally haven't seen that, and I think it would be rather unusual.
What's the thinking down there? You know a lot of these cops.
Well, you know, this is a woman of Asian background, and she's obviously they're modest people, and the body was also found nude. So apparently, suicide is actually a personal thing. It's a person's very angry with themselves or angry at the situation, and they look to be more reclusive than to do such a public, take such a public action.
First, the kid fell down the stairs, or that was the story, and that may be exactly what happened. Then the woman's dead. What do you see behind this? I mean, this death, this display of this woman naked and hanging, that's a tough thing. I mean, you wonder revenge or something.
It absolutely seems to be that somebody was trying to make a statement by this whole thing. I mean, if it was just the fact that the hands were tied or the feet or something, that would be one thing. But when the body is actually nude, put on public display over a balcony, it definitely appears that there would be some form of a message that was being sent.
Being careful not to point any fingers at all, there are some facts here which we ought to go through. The fact is, when this man was married to his ex-wife, the mother of this child, there were calls of domestic abuse from both the husband and the wife.
Correct.
What do we make of that, and how do you factor that in as you investigate?
Well, that would all have to be taken into consideration, and it may have no relevance to the case whatsoever, but it would be part of the investigation and certainly would have to be looked into.
And then there's this matter of whether somebody might have been involved with the little boy's death, and what happened after that might have been revenge for something with the little boy's death. I'm just asking you what you think of these possibilities.
That there too is a possibility. It would be purely speculation on my part, but there might have been a person who is assigned as a caregiver, and they're maybe not doing their job or not paying attention, and there could have been a lot of animosity created over that type of situation.
The owner of this home is Jonas Shacknai. What do we know about the police contact with him, whether he's lawyered up or cooperating fully or whatever?
From what I've heard at this time, that he is, he is cooperating, and as you mentioned earlier, he is apparently preparing for at least one funeral and then a secondary one as well. But I think he's so far acting appropriately, and I'm sure that he's going to be in close contact with the Coronado Police Department. They have very competent investigators who are going to really take their time methodically and try to piece this whole thing together.
Well, it's a story we're going to be following, the tragic death of a little boy and then the hanging death of a girlfriend right there in a very well-protected community where, frankly, the police say stuff like this just doesn't much happen. Rick, it's nice to see you. Rick Carlson with us from San Diego this afternoon, or Los Angeles, I should say, this afternoon. Thank you very much.